Hello and welcome to the astrology vibe of the week. I'm in a different location today on my back porch, just soaking in the last days of summer. I don't know about you, but I actually am into fall. So I'm not necessarily sad. I'm like, let's go with this flow. Let Halloween, let's go. Come to me. I'm ready to put like my cozy clothes on, and I also want to soak in as much sun and warm weather as I possibly can. So this is an awesome week, the week of August 26th. It's a really, really sweet week that is laden with Venusian energy. There's a lot going on with the planet Venus, and Venus rules what we love. So in your birth chart, the planet Venus and the sign that you have Venus is in is all about what you really care about, like in a heart-centered way, what you deeply care about, what you really want in your life, and how worthy you feel of receiving what you really want in your life. Sometimes when it comes to manifesting, that is our block. When we're not truly open to receiving, or we feel like it should be hard, or we feel like we need to work harder, it should be difficult, or we have these limiting beliefs around what we really want, or sometimes shame. And so this is a week where the planetary energy is going to help us break through anything that might keep us from calling in what we deeply, truly want. I'm going to share the screen and show the astrology chart, and it's set up for Tuesday, because that's really when this magical energy begins. All right, so the chart showing up now. So we want to look at, where is Venus right now? Venus on Tuesday, the 26th, in Virgo, at 27 degrees. And we look to this thick blue line called a trine, and Venus will be trining Uranus at 27 degrees. Uranus has been a major player, like big hitter energy, all summer long. Uranus has been really shaking things up so that we can align with our truth and align with the next level of growth. Uranus, though disruptive, is actually the energetic frequency of growth, expansion, downloads, being really connected with your next level, your next chapter, your next stage in life. So if you're someone who's interested in evolving and that's important to you and you care about that, then Uranus is a planet that is on your side. If you want things to stay the same and you have a really difficult time allowing in newness and change, Uranus feels very uncomfortable. So, in order to work with these planetary energies, we want to align ourselves with what is in our next stage of growth. That is all that Uranus wants to bring to us. It wants to help us shift out of old programs, old beliefs, things that no longer serve us, that we've been carrying throughout our lifetime, throughout many lifetimes, and things we've been carrying through our family line, through our DNA and our genetic coding. So Uranus helps cut cords, break up the energy, can sometimes make things seem like life is chaotic, but it's actually a reconfiguration of what is no longer serving. So Uranus can take things out and help us sort of shift our perspective. Now, a Uranus and Venus alignment is a whole other thing that is really supportive and really extremely exciting. I'm all about this. This week is going to be so good. I know it. I can feel it. So, when it comes to Venus, when it comes to what you love, to what you want, there most definitely are some sort of limitations within your own perception that might keep you from, for example, living a life that you really desire. Now, what might keep you from that? Patterns, habits, addictions, things that you do habitually every single day that are keeping you in the energetic frequency of the past. In order to get different results, we have to do different things in the moment, because what you did in the past is what creates your present. And what you're doing now will be the past for what you're creating in your future. This is very epigenetics work as well. The science of epigenetics says that if you change your habits, if you change your thoughts, if you change your actions, you craft a totally new future. Epigenetics says that you can literally change the genetic readout of your DNA structure. It's a really big deal, and that has been proven. So, Uranus is this helpful tool in breaking through the old. This is a really good week to shake shit up. Do something outside of the box that you normally do not do. It's a pattern breaker moment where Uranus is giving a beautiful, harmonious trine to Venus, the planet of what we love and what we really desire and what we really want. So there's a doorway open, there's a channel open, and we get to take advantage of it. There will be many people that don't take advantage of it, because most human beings on this planet, if you can hear that beeping, sorry, that's just the trash truck or something. Most human beings on this planet, 99% of people are not growth oriented. They do not want to evolve. They do not want to change. They want to keep things the same. They want to stay in their safety and security. This is a week where taking a risk is in your favor. So if you knew that you couldn't fail, if you knew with 100% certainty, without a doubt, that you couldn't fail, you couldn't fuck this shit up, what would you do? Would you tell someone that you love them, that you really love, but you're like a little nervous to share your true feelings? Would you share something that is honest and true for you, but you've been holding it in for a while because you're not sure if it'll be received well? Would you start something new, start a new project? I'm literally thinking about buying a sewing machine. Maybe this is my week. Let me take out the maybe. Oh my God, I'm going to buy a sewing machine this week. I am so excited, because one of my values is artistic creation, and it feels good for me to make things, and it feels good for me to express my inner world through the clothes that I wear. So for you, what would that thing be? Like, what is something new that you can invest in? Venus is your investments. Venus is how you use the exchange of information that is financial. So every time you buy something, you're putting a message into the universe. This is what's important to me. This is what I care about. So this is an opportunity for us to put our focus into what we really want, what we really care about. Maybe this is the week where you look for that next thing that's going to help you get to the next stage of your evolution in terms of really following your heart, really trusting your heart's desires and going for it. Because Uranus is going to help us create the space and the speed to do whatever that thing is. So I'd love to hear in the comments, what is something that you want to step towards and put your energy towards and put your investment towards? Maybe there's a retreat you want to go on. Maybe there is a new kind of clothing you want to start to invest in. Maybe you want to buy some new plants, make your home more beautiful. This is also about bringing harmony into our lives, bringing beauty into our lives. And Uranus helps us release what is not harmonious and what is not beautiful. So this could also be a week where you take some things that you have been holding on to that you know are not giving you good vibes, that are not sparking joy, as Marie Kondo likes to say, into your life. This is very Venusian. So Thursday, Venus trines Uranus. This is also about doing something in an alternative way. That Uranus is very alternative, eclectic energy. So it's looking for authenticity. It's looking for us to step into the next true expression of who we really are, tapping into our desires and our wants, and just giving us the opportunity to shift that old pattern. All right, 2 days later, the 28th, something miraculous and magical is happening. And that is Mercury, which has been retrograde all month long. Mercury is going direct. Now, the couple of days, it might be the week around Mercury going direct from its retrograde period. It's a little bit like if you've ever been in a car, and you're driving really fast and then you stop, you reverse, stop, and drive again. Maybe it's like a 3-point turn that you're going on, or a 5-point turn, and you're kind of like going forward and backwards. That is a little bit what the Mercury shift could feel like. And that's okay, because it will just help us reorient ourselves to how we want to use this new direct energy. All month long, there's been an energy of reflection and asking ourselves, even if it's on a subconscious level, is this aligned for me? Is this aligned for me? Does this feel aligned for me? And as the Mercury makes this shift, the smoothness of dropping what wasn't aligned will start to speed up a little bit, and we'll be able to have just more forward momentum. Anytime a planet goes direct, we've got forward momentum. So Mercury, how we communicate, what we communicate, how we read, how we learn, how we bring our words into the world, it will come forward with a little bit more flow now. And through this retrograde period, we have had the insights and the receptivity and the realizations that we've needed to take the next step into where we're going. So, with Venus trining Uranus and Mercury going direct a few days later, it really feels like a new beginning. And next week, we're going to have a new moon in Virgo. It feels like the new beginning, the energy of the new moon is expanding into this week. Normally, you set seeds, you set intentions on the new moon. I'm feeling like there's some additional support, some additional creation of space that the cosmic energy is gifting us with, where there's forward momentum even before the new moon sets in, which is going to give us even more power in our manifestations and the spells that we craft on this new moon next week. On the same day that Mercury goes direct, Venus, here we go again with Venus. This is a Venusian week, okay? So Venus will be opposing Neptune. Neptune is the planet of our creativity and our imagination. There is an energy in the sky of being able to use our spiritual force, our spiritual power. And by spiritual power, I mean really our ability to connect with divine energy, our ability to feel united with this electromagnetic frequency of oneness that is Neptune. Neptune is the oneness, it is the all, it is just the sweet unity that we can tap into when we do things like meditation, when we do things like mantra work, kundalini, yoga, art, however you do it, it's Neptunian energy. When you tap into timelessness, you tap into almost nothingness. And that is where creation stems from, nothingness. If you've ever done the mantra Satanama, it's the laws of life, where it's creation, which is life, there is death, there is rebirth, there is oneness. And that is the cycle that we are really deep in right now. There's a lot that is being cleared out, and there is space to bring in the newness. So anytime we have Venus working with Neptune, we've got an opposition. It's almost like a full moon, but between Venus and Neptune. That's a lot of creative energy, a lot of imaginative energy activating the heart. If you could possibly take 5 minutes out of your day, on the 28th, on August 28th, take 5 minutes out of your day and do a manifesting meditation, or close your eyes and visualize what it is that you are wanting to bring into your life. This is a really potent, powerful day to do it. On Thursday, we have another Venus shift. On Thursday, the next day, Venus goes into Libra. So now we have Venus into Libra at 0 degrees. Venus loves being in Libra. Why? Because Libra is the under rulership of Venus, as is Taurus. So Venus rules Libra and Taurus. So when Venus is in Libra, it's exalted, it's feeling really good, it's like at home, it's like, let's go, life feels good, life feels sweet, life feels harmonious, and it feels easy to step into the energy of receptivity, sweetness, and harmony. So as Venus is in Libra, it's also trining Pluto. 0 degrees Venus, trining Pluto. This is going to empower our feminine energy. Venus is the feminine energy, the feminine creator, the artist, the energy of birth. Trining Pluto, the energy of transformation and internal power, and being able to tap into our deep resources of creation and life force energy. So this whole week is just layered with support of what our hearts desire. This whole week is guiding us towards being the co-creators of our lives. And it will be very easy to release and let go of any limitations, blocks, and fears that may come in that are just part of our brain, part of the makeup of our subconscious mind. But all of that will be quieted through the energies of this week. So it's very, very exciting. Now, on Sunday, Uranus goes retrograde. So you have another planet, Mercury goes forward, Uranus goes back. We're always kind of shifting and changing with the flow of the planets. So Uranus goes retrograde. Pluto, which is already retrograde, goes back into Capricorn until November 19th. So Pluto went into Capricorn in 2008. It stayed there for a long ass time. In 2024, Pluto moved into Aquarius. And now that Pluto is retrograde, it's going back into Capricorn, but it's only going to be there until November 19th. What occurs during this time? Well, one, Uranus is going retrograde. So now we have an opportunity to make internal shifts, changes, to alter our, again, old programs. If you remember earlier, I was talking about Uranus really helps us disrupt the pattern. And when I say the pattern, I mean old habits, old programs. And without sometimes consciously being aware of these things, there's not much that we can do, right? Like there's really not much we can do if we don't have consciousness around it. The retrograde activity helps make things conscious that once were unconscious. So Uranus going retrograde helps us make things conscious, helps us heal and clear. Pluto shifting back into Capricorn will be the final flush out of any toxic energy that has to do with a Capricorn sign. So that is inequality, that is patriarchal, toxic masculinity, that is power dynamics between that are negative between the masculine and feminine. It is a reveal around things in the government, because the government is sort of like the authority of, if you're in the United States, it's like the authority of, it wants to be the authority, but we have the choice. Like, we get to decide what we want to do with our own personal lives. And as it goes retrograde, Pluto back into Capricorn, there will be more reveals. And as there's more reveals, as things become conscious, there is an opportunity to, like, once and for all, remove the toxins. We don't really know how it's going to play out. We never really do. But the things that first came in 2008 when Pluto first moved into Capricorn, most likely will have like the final chapter of the story. So we'll probably get some information around banking, around how money is being used. There could be some new reveals. On a personal level, if you could go back to 2008 and what was going on in your life, in those first couple of years when Pluto was in Capricorn, there's a finalization, an end to the story. Maybe you look back at relationships that you were in, and see how much you changed in those in how those, if you're still in those relationships, that's amazing. But if you're not, looking back and seeing how you have changed, how you have stepped into your power, how you are different now. This is an empowering transit. That could be a little uncomfortable, especially if you have cardinal energy, that's Capricorn, Cancer, Libra, and Aries. I'm Sun in Capricorn. I have a stellium in Capricorn. I'm not scared. You don't need to be scared either. Everyone who has heavy Capricorn, you guys are like the fighters. Like, we've really been going through it since 2008. So we're going to have a new awareness of how much power we've stepped into. And then once this final flush out occurs, I'm not saying it's smooth sailing, but we're getting to the next level. All of us that are cardinal, anyone who has like cardinal energies in their chart in a heavy way, are stepping into this next place in a big way. And then the Aquarians, and all the fixed energy, which is Aquarius, Leo, Scorpio, Taurus, they are undergoing a big release of old programs and toxins, and that will happen for 20 years as Aquarius for the next 20 years, as Pluto for the next 20 years goes to Aquarius. So I'm going to end it there. Hopefully this served you in some way. I hope you feel motivated, energized, excited for this week. Put into action your creative projects, even while Mercury is retrograde. That's not a situation. No worries there with the Mercury changing direction. This is a week of creativity. It's a week of heart-centered connection. It's a week of awareness in our relationships, getting closer in our relationships, or getting closer to what we really want and what we really desire, whether that's in our relationship to ourselves or to others. This is a really great week to like conjure Venus, conjure your Venusian energy, conjure your feminine energy, lean into the feminine, lean into rest if that's what you're being called to do. Dress a little differently if that calls to you. Do something different and around beauty, pleasure, harmony, finances. Have the best week ever. I am so grateful for you, and I will see you on the other side.